Thanks for joining us this evening on TKO8 Local News. The Harrison Parks and Recreation Commission met this week and discussed problems with the swimming pool, but the biggest problem is paying for the repairs of it. Officials said a chance for some grant funding could get part of the way toward repairing the swimming pool at the youth center, but the Harrison City Council will probably be asked to contribute to the effort as well. As of the last meeting, only one company was willing to do a patch job on the pool, with the understanding that it could not be 100% guaranteed and that the complete liner replacement would have to take place this fall. The cost of the patch and repair is close to $100,000. The matter is expected to be taken to the full city council later this month. North Arkansas Regional Medical Center has donated 2 ambulances to North Arkansas College. Emergency medical technician training program there needs the ambulances, and it was a perfect situation. One will be used outside the classroom, and one will serve as a simulator ambulance to have the interior to practice real-life experiences outside the classroom. NARMC closely partners with the college in various programs to help educate and train the workforce to fulfill their roles as 2 major economic engines in the local economy. North Ark's EMT program provides training in patient assessment, treatments, packaging, and disentanglement. The program is accredited by the Commission on Accreditation of Allied Health Education Programs. Upon successful completion of the curriculum, the student will be eligible to take the Arkansas State Practical Exam. Harrison school officials got another inside peek at the construction going on at Harrison High School. Prior to the April 19th school board meeting, board members, school administrators, and community members got a guided tour of the auditorium and gymnasium being erected. Officials from Nabelholtz Construction and Height Jackson Associates, who is the architect, conducted the tours. Highlights included a view of the stage and orchestra pit that's just starting to kind of take shape at the auditorium. Up next will be a tour of the work being done at the middle school. The Harrison School District is adding classrooms to the high school and middle school in order to move the junior high classes out of the current junior high building. The old junior high has been determined to be out of date. The Cotter School Board voted to offer a contract for a new superintendent, Chad Harp. He's currently serving the Quito Public Schools in Oklahoma as superintendent. He is a 22-year educator who has 11 years of classroom experience, 10 years of campus administration experience at all levels, and 1 year of experience as a superintendent. Previously, he has served as principal and director of federal programs in the Grandview school system in Oklahoma. Harp holds certifications in most levels of administration and in business technology, English language arts, social studies, and mild and moderate disabilities. He also has experience directing athletic programs, gifted and talented programs, and 21st century learning centers. The Berryville Commercial Historic District, encompassing the properties in and around the Berryville Public Square, has been approved for nomination to the National Register of Historic Places. The State Review Board of the Arkansas Historic Preservation Program has forwarded the nomination to the National Register office in Washington, D.C., where it will be evaluated by the Register's professional staff. If they concur with the judgment of the State Review Board, the property will be granted inclusion. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at headline news from around the region. But first, here's this week's livestock report with Sammy Klein, made possible by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte.
This is Sammy Klein, Federal State Livestock Market News Service, reporting sales North Arkansas Livestock Auction Grain Force Wednesday, April 20th. Cattle receipts, 888. Last week, 1,058. Year ago, 1,043. Compared to last week, feeder steers 5 to $17 lower. Feeder heifers steady at $14 lower, mostly $3 to $8 lower. Feeder bulls 2 to 14 lower, except the better 650, 700 pounds, $3 higher. Slaughter cows steady $2 higher. Slaughter bulls not fully tested. Feeder steers, medium large one, $3.50 400 pound, $1.93 to $2. 4 to 500 pounds, $1.72 to $1.90. 5 to 600 pounds, $1.60 to $1.65. A few 6 to 700 pounds at $1.60 to $1.62. At a package mix 1 to 2, 764 pounds at $1.50. Package 885 pounds at $1.30. Feeder heifers, medium large one, $3.54 a pound, $1.68 to $1.74. 4 to 500 pounds, $1.50 to $1.66. 5 to 600 pounds, $1.34 to $1.60. 6 to 700 pounds, $1.34 to $1.41. And 7 to 750 pounds, $1.27 to $1.33. Replacement cows, had several cows from black cows from herd sellout. Medium large 1s and 2 to 7-year-old, 900 to 1,300 pound second stage, 1,025 to 1,700 per head, with some packages of black at 1,800 to 1,925 per head. Some 7 to 10-year-old cows second and third stage, 1,100 to 1,575 per head. Cow calf pairs, medium large 1s and 2s, had 1 2-year-old cows, 900 to 1,100 pounds, with 100 to 250 pound calves at size at 2,200 to 2,650 per pair. And 2 to 6-year-old cows, 900 to 1,350 pounds, with 1 to 350 pound calves at size, packages of black, 2,175 to 2,500 per pair. Some mixed 2 to 7-year-old cows, 1 300 pound calves at size at 1,500 to 2,025 per pair. Some 7 to 10-year-old cows with 1 to 300 pound calves at size, 1,500 to 2,175 per pair. Slaughter cows, boners 73 to 78, high dress 78 to 86, lean 68 to 76, high dress 77 to 84.50, low dress 60 to 66. Slaughter bulls, your grade 1s and 2s, 1,100 pounds. Had a few at 95, high dress 104 to 109, low dress 1 at 85. That's Mark today, Sammy Pine reporting. Thank you.
Plants, plants, and more plants. That's what you'll find at Camps Plants in Harrison. Perennials, annuals, ferns, hanging baskets, and the largest selection of garden vegetables in the area. With different varieties arriving weekly, you're sure to find the perfect plant, shrub, or tree at the best price in the area. Camps Plants in business for over 30 years in Harrison.
Stop and shop.
There's more great 66th anniversary savings waiting for you this week at Edwards Grocery. Select Ronnie's banquet meals, only 66 cents. Hunt squeeze ketchup, only $1.66. Chicken of the sea tuna, only 66 cents. Regular thick slice Carolina Pride bologna, only 66 cents. And Best Choice cooking oil, only $1.66.
Edwards Grocery Station money.
Arkansas State Police are investigating the shooting death of a Memphis, Tennessee man by a Johnson County Sheriff's deputy. State Police say the man was wanted in connection with a theft investigation in Pulaski County and was armed when he confronted law officers and was shot late Wednesday evening. Police say the shooting took place along Highway 9 in Perry County. State Police say the Johnson County deputy was assisting Perry County deputies at the time of the shooting. The name of the dead man and the deputy have not been released at this time. State Police say a report will be given to the Perry County prosecuting attorney to determine if the shooting was justified. Well, Republican Governor Asa Hutchinson has preserved Arkansas's hybrid Medicaid expansion by voiding part of a budget bill that would have ended the subsidized insurance for more than 250,000 poor Arkansans. Hutchinson on Thursday vetoed a provision in a Medicaid budget bill that ordered a December 31st end date to the program, which uses federal funds to purchase private insurance for the poor. Arkansas was the first state to win approval for its hybrid Medicaid program, created 3 years ago as an alternative to the expanding Medicaid under President Barack Obama's health care law. Hutchinson's veto ended a standoff over the program. A handful of Republicans had earlier tried to block the program by refusing to approve a Medicaid budget bill that funded it. And the Arkansas Supreme Court says Arkansas law does not give inmates credit for jail sentences served before their probation is revoked. The court issued the ruling Thursday after a Pulaski County man argued that a lower court should have granted him 120 days of jail credit. Michael Burgess was sentenced to serve time and then serve terms of probation. The lower court denied Burgess's credit for the 120 days that he had violated probation and was given an additional jail sentence of 36 months. The ruling says a legislative change to the jail credit statute should be interpreted to mean that a defendant only receives credit for time incarcerated prior to sentencing, not time served under a previous sentence. 2 justices dissented on the program. The company that owns a Jacksonville funeral home where bodies were found stacked on top of each other in non-refrigerated areas has pled guilty after felony charges were dropped against the father and son who own the business. Arkansas Funeral Care pled guilty Thursday in Pulaski County Circuit Court to 5 felony counts of abuse of a corpse after 13 abuse corp charges were dismissed against owners Leroy Wood and Rod Wood. The company also faces up to $100,000 in fines during the sentencing next month. The former funeral home director, Edward Snow, is charged separately in the case and has pled not guilty to 13 felony counts of corpse abuse. Investigators removed 31 bodies and 22 sets of cremated remains from the property, and the home's operating license was suspended. The director of the state agency responsible for housing and treating Arkansas youth offenders has announced his resignation. The Department of Human Services announced that its Division of Youth Services Director Marcus Devine has now resigned. Spokesperson Amy Webb says Devine met with staff Thursday to announce he was leaving immediately for a position in the private sector. Devine, a former Arkansas Department of Environmental Quality official, took the director's job in March of 2015, nearly 4 months after former director Tracy Steele resigned. Devine told a legislative committee last month that he believed the state system should only be locking up juvenile felony offenders. Webb says that DHS Deputy Director Keisha Smith, who supervised Devine, will serve as the interim director. Before we take a look at the weather forecast as we move into the weekend, here's the way the stock market ended the week. Warmed up early this morning in the low 50s and continued that warming trend throughout the day. Got up to 75 degrees under sunny skies today. Little humidity out there, but not too bad. Well, looks like that warm up will continue through the weekend. In fact, a beautiful weekend in store. And then we do have some possibility of showers and thunderstorms kind of hanging around for the first part of next week. Here's the way it looks for tomorrow. Almost similar today. Temperature-wise, up to around 80, 81 degrees with lots of sunshine on Saturday. Likewise, Sunday, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Then on Monday, we get some clouds in the area, 84 degrees. And then Tuesday, that system should get close enough to the natural state to give us a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. 60% chance of rainfall, 83 degrees for a daytime high. Likewise, we continue into Wednesday with those scattered thunderstorms. Again, 60% chance and 82 degrees for the daytime high. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We'll take a look at sports from around the region as TKO8 News continues.
This is Brent Carell inviting you to Carell Family Gardens and Gifts in Harrison. Whether you need an entirely new landscape or simply need a rose to brighten up a corner of your backyard, we have a large selection of trees and shrubs. We also have Harrison's largest selection of pottery, from terracotta clay pots to gorgeous glazed pots in every imaginable color, shape, and size. Perhaps you're looking for garden benches, outdoor pillows, fountains, lanterns, or maybe just the right gift for someone? We have an array of home decor and gift items. Maybe you need something for your young children or grandchildren? We carry a full inventory of fun items to create fairy gardens and yard art. Are you ready to garden? We carry all the spring vegetables and seeds you need to get your garden growing, along with compost and fertilizer. As the weather continues to warm, we'll have a dizzying display of blooming annuals, perennials, hanging baskets, ferns, roses, and hydrangeas. Correll Family Gardens and Gifts is your locally owned garden and home store located at the north end of Goblin Drive at Industrial Park Road.
Harrison High School senior Jordan Wallace has signed a national letter of intent to participate in track at Drury University in Springfield, Missouri. He says the selection of Drury was an easy one for her because the signing ceremonies this week, she said that Drury is a great school not only for athletics but for academics as well, and are known for their great pre-med programs that she expects to go into. Wallace says she plans to major in biology with a main focus in pre-optometry. On the athletic side, she says she will focus on the high jump, but sprints will also be in the picture, including the 100 meter indoor-outdoor event and the 60-meter indoor as well. Arkansas softball player Ashley Diaz has been named to the National Freshman of the Year watch list. Diaz is among 25 players named to the list that was released Thursday. Diaz is hitting a .374 with 12 home runs and 40 RBIs. Earlier this season, she tied an Arkansas school record with an 18-game hitting streak. 10 finalists for the Freshman Award will be announced May 12th. The list will then be narrowed to 3 on May 25th, and the winner will be announced May 31st. Missouri fans will get a chance to screen a documentary on former men's basketball coach Norm Stewart before it debuts on the SEC network. The university is conducting a free public screening of Norm at noon, April 29th at the Mizzou Arena. The event will include a panel discussion with former players from Stewart's time as Missouri's coach before the 50-minute film airs. The documentary makes its debut on the SEC network 2 days later on May 1st. ESPN Films production was directed by Fritz Michel. It chronicles the life of Stewart from his days as a multi-sport star at Missouri to his career as the Tigers coach and his charity work aimed at eradicating cancer. The 81-year-old Stewart founded Coaches vs. Cancer program. After a day off Thursday, the St. Louis Cardinals will begin a West Coast swing with the first of 3 games in San Diego tonight. St. Louis is 8-7 on the season and trails National League Central Division leading Chicago Cubs by 3.5 games. Adam Wainwright starts for the Cardinals while the Padres go with Andrew Kishner. First pitch set for 9:40 p.m. Central Time. Tony Romo's twice broken left collarbone wasn't the only problem for the Dallas Cowboys in their first to worst free fall to the bottom of the NFC East last season. Executive Vice President of Personnel Stephen Jones has said as much and made clear the Cowboys hope to address some of those issues in the NFL draft that started last night. Dallas is at number 4, which is its highest spot since having the top overall pick twice in 3 years from 89 to 91 when they first got Hall of Fame quarterback Troy Aikman. Then they also got defensive tackle Russell Maryland, who was, of course, another important piece for 3 Super Bowl wins. Defense obviously tops the list again for the Cowboys, specifically in the pass rushing category. That wraps up our broadcast here for this evening. Thanks for joining us. Join us Monday through Friday at 6:30 and again at 10 p.m. as we continue to bring you local news, weather, sports, and local announcements from around the area on Harrison's broadcast station, TKO Channel 8. Now stay tuned for more local events around our viewing area. We hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you again on Monday at this same time.
KTKO Channel 8 Harrison. Local television worth watching.